public domain superheroes. So I thought, in regards to my 5 MCU outrageous movie pitches and my 5 outrageous DCEU pitches, I would do 5 movie pitches for public domain superheroes that are just simply crazy and outrageous and outlandish and weird and strange, and who's gonna watch them? Who's gonna greenlight them? Nobody. But you know what? We're in the realm of imagination. We are the dreamers of dreams. So it took me a while because a lot of these guys showed up during the golden age of comics, so I had to weed out a lot of the, white savior ones and a lot of the, World War II related ones, just to kind of whittle them down to the most versatile characters who could appear in the strangest new superhero movies that would basically redefine what it means to be a, superhero. That's a tall order. Oh my god. I hope my stuff lives up to that. I hope my pitches are smart enough. I sure do hope that's the case. But if it's not, sue me. It's a YouTube video. I don't think anybody is ready for a Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer movie. Okay, so this guy, right? He's big, he's fat, he's a thick boy, and also he can leap into the air and transform into a Roswell flying saucer. A real-ass Roswell flying saucer. And he can go from one place to another place in the form of this and fly very fast while he is in that form. Also, he's fat. He's fat. That's in his name. He's Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer. His power has nothing to do with being fat, but he calls himself Fat Man. He's confident. He's body positive. Can you handle it? No, you can't. That's how I preface this whole thing. If you say you can handle it, you're lying. So a Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer movie could be really fun because it could be set on a farm, rural America, and this guy who's a larger guy, he realizes he can turn into a flying saucer somehow. That's just a thing he can do. And he starts, creating a stir of flying saucer sightings and bringing more people into the town and creating this big thing. And then he also dresses up as a superhero in his Fat Man costume, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go fucking kill the flying saucer because I'm Fat Man, the new superhero. I'm Fat Man, the Human Flying Saucer, but you don't know that part, because this is a liar reveal movie, in which it's Shark Tale. It's a Bug's Life. It's I build up this big thing, and then I reveal it at the most inopportune moment, and then the lie comes crumbling down, and maybe he has to fight real aliens or something. Maybe his flying saucerous antics were also signaling real aliens. Look, these characters didn't appear in that many stories, so carte blanche on whatever villain could be in this movie. There could be real aliens. The real alien, the real enemy could be his own lies and hubris. The jury's out. But one thing I do know is that man is fat and he is a flying saucer. Oh shit! It's the Tyrant Team! They're 3 college students who can telepathically communicate with each other, and they work together to solve mysteries. Oh, damn! That's how they do. That's how they roll. They're the Tyrant Team, and they're ready to go. So I imagine this sort of like a westernized JoJo on a college campus. You have these 3 boys that are very they can be these very quirky, pretty boys. It could be a very homoerotic movie. I think that's sort of the angle you would go with this. Is just these 3 guys who are in each other's heads all the time. They can telepathically read each other, and maybe it's like JoJo, where they're all oh, we're very straight. We like girls, but when they're reading each other's minds, they're they get very intimate with other men, and they're well, we'll never have this form of intimacy with women. Just the 3 of us. We're like a poly relationship. We're like a triangle, like a happy threesome, and that's all we've got, and they're college students, they're thinking about, lining them up and slamming them down every weekend. So don't you think that this movie would be, I don't even know what they're fighting. I don't even know what they're up against. I just know it's 3 guys who get linked together and telepathically, and awkward situations ensue. And they're the Tyrant Team. It's excellent. It's good. It's wholesome. It's a wholesome, good movie about boys. And next. Ah, shit! It's Dr. Styx. He's a guy who's a medical professional, who's maybe a demon, maybe something from another dimension, and he comes around, he makes house calls, and he's like, if there's occult stuff going down here, if there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you gonna call? Dr. Styx. He arrives, and he's like, alright, I'm Dr. Styx. Hi, nice to meet you, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. I'm going to solve the problem, I'm going to reverse things, because I like humans a lot. I like humans. I call people humans. That means that I'm an individual who may also be a human, or who may not. So Dr. Styx could be like a real, like, sort of dark movie where Dr. Styx just goes around and he's like solving crimes, solving problems, and there's some big, scary, you know, this could be very horror movie-esque, but whatever, he's a cool character, you know? I would like it a lot if there was like a horror movie in which the protagonist is the horrific and the enemies that are like in the plot are also horror movie things, but primarily the fear like is derived from the person who is saving the day. Like the people who hire Dr. Styx are like, damn Styx, you crazy! So yeah, okay, so that's Dr. Styx. It's like Mushishi in a city with a good cycling out there, I'll kill ya! He was once an ordinary man before a terrible construction accident. And now, Pat Dempsey is the Man o' Metal. Okay, so the Man of Metal is a guy who can transform his skin into metal. And he's like Tetsu from My Hero Academia. He's got the ability to become like metal because he got in some kind of construction accident and I guess was subsequently laid off for it. But I really think that, like, you know, a good portion of this movie could be suing the corporation that allowed this damage to happen on the prep of this. Sure, like, he became a superhero, but, like, you know, he was caused a lot of distress and a lot of pain. Imagine them trying to take credit for, like, any crime fighting he does. It's like, oh, well, it's a good thing that, like, our, you know, construction sites are so dangerous because this guy was able to become the Man of Metal. You're welcome. No, we can't do it again. No, we didn't intend to do it, but you know, everything worked out. Give us money. Pat Dempsey, the Man of Metal, isn't gonna take that. He's gonna fight them. He's gonna fight the man because he's the Man of Metal. You know what he can do? He can turn into metal. Pat Dempsey, Man of Metal. Yeah. That's honestly, that could be the whole movie. Just some guy standing out in the middle of a construction site and going, I'm Pat Dempsey, the Man of Metal. I'm Pat Dempsey, the Man of Metal. I'm Pat Dempsey. And then like, you know, he is Pat Dempsey, the Man of Metal. It's hard to argue with that, you know? The whole conflict is whether or not he is Pat Dempsey, and clearly he is. So, you know, problem solved. That's the movie. You know who's worse than corporations? Literal Nazis. And you know who fights literal Nazis? Skywolf! So Skywolf is a guy, World War II, wears a wolf pelt over his head, he flies around in a plane, he shoots the Nazis, he does spy stuff, he's got a whole team of people, and they go and they fight Nazis. So Skywolf could be the movie where all of the different superheroes, all of them who are fighting Hitler all at once, come in. That would actually be really great if we just took all of these different propaganda cartoon characters who are all like very pro-America, very defeat Hitler, and we had them all exist at once and just see the Third Reich shit themselves to death as these like superheroes tear through everything they have. And it would be just, it's just so poetic. Like the Ubermensch do in the Third Reich. They you know, they break in, they destroy all the camps, they destroy like all the infrastructure. Like they're there at D-Day all sprinting down the beach like Captain America and Black Panther towards the Outriders in Infinity War. That's the sort of movie this could be. It's just every other public domain hero. Skywolf's the main guy, obviously, because you gotta have a lead in this. But Skywolf is the guy who calls in literally everybody. and they all go and they all like just defeat the Third Reich, and it's crazy awesome, and it's really cool, and it's great. And it should have happened in real life, but it didn't, because superheroes aren't real, and that's why we're weak, because we rely on superheroes, because we believe that we can't be that good, so we invent things to make ourselves appear like we can reach to that pinnacle, but we can't. I think I was just possessed by Brad Bird's ghost for a second there. But you get it, you know? It's the big World War II movie with all the superheroes. And then after they're done fighting the Axis powers, they can maybe go after the Claw, who is the sickest villain from this time period. He's a dude who can grow to any height. He's landed on Earth from a meteorite. He's got claws and he's ready to fight. Who doesn't love the Claw? Well, I hope you enjoyed this series of increasingly strange and diluted superhero movie pitches. If you want to know more about public domain superheroes, go on Public Domain Superheroes Wiki. You'll learn a lot of history about, you know, the comics industry. You'll see a lot of stuff that was left at the wayside, and you'll see that a lot of people are creating their own public domain heroes for use today. And I think that's really cool, because copyright is just another way that our society restricts us into only a certain paradigm of art. Make use of these public domain characters, if you can, if you're in the position to. Because, honestly, there is validity to remixing old aspects of culture, especially the propaganda ones. That Skywolf movie I just talked about, oh, that would have been sick. I mean, obviously, Fat Man, the human flying saucer, would be the real Kino, and there's gonna be nothing better, no better action star, no studlier, hunkier man than Pat Dempsey, the Man of Metal. And there's nothing gayer and more fun than the Tyrant Team. Anyway, I hope those of you who have not yet died from your specific ailments have been enjoying this so far. I've been enjoying it a lot too. There will be a brand new video tomorrow, and I guarantee it is going to make some people very deeply upset. Like, just so upset. Like and subscribe!